Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Laura Bakewell and here we bake things pretty well. Today we're going to be making some cranberry orange star bread together. So let's get close and comfy and let's bake together.
Okay guys, the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and warm up our milk. You can do this in the microwave or you can do this on the stove top. Either way, it needs to be at 110 degrees. You can get up to 115, but any higher than that you want it to cool down because you don't want your yeast to die. So let me warm this up real quick. Alright, so in here I have my warm milk, my yeast, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. And as you can see, the yeast proofed up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside for 1 second. We'll grab my mixing bowl. And I have 2 tablespoons of sugar and 2 tablespoons of fresh orange zest. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to infuse that sugar with the orange zest by just rubbing it together. So to this, I'm going to go ahead and add my 2½ cups of all-purpose flour and 1 teaspoon of salt. And we will stir that together. And then we're going to add our egg. I'm going to add our 4 tablespoons of butter, and mine is room temperature, so it's nice and soft. We're just going to break that up. Then we're going to go ahead and add our yeast mixture. Grab a spatula just so I can get all that yeast out. And we'll mix all this together. Just do a quick little mix by hand. There we go. And then once you have a sticky dough form, we're going to go ahead and put this on our stand mixer. And we're going to mix it for about 6 to 8 minutes just to knead the dough. Get it all nice and smooth. I'm going to use my dough hook. We're just going to knead it on medium for 6 to 8 minutes. Alright, so my dough has been mixing for about 8 minutes. Please know that this dough is it's still going to be sticky, but it is smooth now. So that's what our dough looks like. And now I'm just going to put this into my proofer. Let this proof for about 45 minutes or until double in size. While my dough is proofing, inside of this container I have a cranberry sauce. All I did was take some frozen cranberries, added granulated sugar, some orange juice, some water, and a little bit of salt into a saucepan, and then I let it boil on the stove until it became thick. And all those cranberries I mashed up while I was mixing them, so you got this nice little cranberry sauce to go into the middle. You can do this a day ahead if you like. That's exactly what I did. I did mine yesterday. I did that so that it would be nice and cool for me to be able to use on the dough, so the dough doesn't get too warm. So if you wanted to prep this the day before, you can do that. You don't have to, but I just prefer it that way. So I have this set to the side while my dough is proofing. But if you would like, right now would be the time that you would want to make that while your dough is proofing, and gives it enough time to cool too. Because this is only on there for 5 minutes. It doesn't take very long. Alright, my dough has been proofing for 45 minutes. It has doubled in size. So now I'm gonna get some flour. I'm gonna get some flour so I can put it on my surface. You also want to have a rather large sheet pan with some parchment paper ready. I just have that set to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and put some flour down, and then we'll wrangle up this dough. Alright, so for this dough, we are going to split it into 4 pieces. So you're going to have 4 different layers. And you want to try your best to make them even. So it's just 4 pieces. You could also weigh these out and separate them, and then I'm just going to form them into a ball. It's a very soft dough too, so just be aware that you might end up using a little bit more flour than you expect, but don't overdo it because you don't want to add too much gluten to the bread. Alright, so you want to roll each one of these out to about 10 inches. You want them to be a nice circle shape. You just want to keep moving that dough around. If it starts to stick, don't forget to add some more flour to it. Let's see how long that is. Just a little bit longer. Alright, so that is about 10 inches. So now what we're going to do with this is I'm going to go ahead and roll out the rest of these because I want to get them all ready for stacking. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take our tray and we're going to put our first layer down. Just like that. And then it is 3 tablespoons of your filling. And as you can see, like my filling is still slightly chunky, like there's still a decent amount of the cranberries that are still kind of thick. And you just want to spread this all the way to the ends. Get this nice and evenly spread. You want to make sure that every single bite is going to have cranberry in it. Just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and put on our next layer. Just like that, and then repeat the process. We're gonna put our last piece of dough right on top. And for that, we are not gonna put any more filling on top. Let me wash my hands. Okay, so the next thing that you are going to do, now that you have all your layers stacked, you're gonna place a cutter like right in the middle, but do not press it down. Leave it just like that. It is just a guide for us to cut our slices. With our guide in the middle, we're gonna go ahead and cut. So I'm gonna cut straight down on this side and go straight across on this side. Right here. That's 4. So that's 8 slices right there. And now you're going to take each one of these 8 slices and you're going to cut them in half. Right now I'm just making sure that I cut all the way through because you want to go through all of those layers. Okay, so now you're going to cut each one of these 8 segments, you're going to cut in half so that you will have 16 pieces. And if you wanted to use a knife instead of using like the bench scraper that I have, you can use that too. Whatever is just going to cut through all these slices without any trouble for you. All right, so we have 16 pieces. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 of these pieces and let's start 5 minutes. All right, guys, so now our star bread has doubled in size. I went ahead and started preheating my oven to 375. And inside this bowl, I just have 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of water that I mixed together just to make an egg wash, just so we can get this nice and golden brown on the outside. So you just want to lightly brush that on the outside. You don't want to be too rough with it because then all that proofing that you just did will just deflate. I mean, it won't get that beautiful rise when it's in the oven. Just want to make sure you get every strand. All right, and once my oven is ready, this is going to go in at 375 for about 20 minutes until it's nice and puffed up and golden brown. All right, guys, look at how pretty that is. It's a beautiful star. Whenever this cools down, we're gonna just dust it with a little bit of powdered sugar. You could also do kind of like a cranberry orange glaze if you just get like orange juice and powdered sugar. Kind of make like a nice orange glaze if you wanted to do that. But we're just gonna dust it with powdered sugar. But as of right now, gotta let it cool. So we'll let this cool and then we'll eat it. So my star bread is now cooled, and now I'm just gonna take a little bit of powdered sugar. Do a nice pretty light dusting right on top. Just like that, and it is ready to serve. Perfect little pieces. You can take each one of these and like pull it apart. It's a great pull apart bread. Delicious cranberry orange. Gorgeous. I'm extremely impressed with this.
Alright guys, and there you have it. Delicious star bread. Doesn't that look amazing? You're gonna wow everybody with this one. Thank you for joining me in the kitchen, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this worked out for you, and I will see you next time.